What's up, everybody? It's your boy George coming back with another bullish video. And if you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. And if you're returning, you're an OG. And today, I'm going to be talking about ICP, what I believe is the most undervalued crypto in the market. And right now, we've been in the trenches. We're currently at a price of $5.03. And we're at a 2.7 billion market cap. So we've been going down, y'all. And right now it's been a lot of commotion about the internet computer going down under the 40th spot for a bit. And all I can say is I'm holding strong, y'all. And I'm not really tripping because at the end of the day, the lower it goes, the more I buy. And I've been telling people also, I already believed that the market was going to go down in August. And it's August 1st. And the market went down. And now I'm looking for my sniper entries. So just know you can look at it from two lenses, y'all. The positive perspective or the negative perspective. And I'm going to just keep it positive, y'all. So we're going to start right here on X. And we got something from my boy Monkey Degen. And it says ICP entering regulated finance through SI6 exchange is a big leap. And they're sharing something from ICP Indonesia. And it says ICP news. ICP now on Swiss Stock Exchange. And it says institutional spotlight. ICP staking has entered the traditional finance arena. The One Valor Internet Computer ETP has launched on the sixth Swiss exchange, offering fully regulated access to native ICP staking rewards. TradeFi meets on-chain yield. ICP is going mainstream. So yeah, we may be going down in the rankings, and I'm not saying that's a good or a bad thing, but we're definitely picking up some adaptation in different places that people might not know. So let's go on to the next post. And it's something from Anthony Pompliano, and he said Coinbase posted 1.5 billion in revenue in Q2 and 1.4 billion in net income. So just know Coinbase is growing because cryptocurrency is growing. So like I said, I'm not worried. I'm holding strong, y'all. Let's just hold strong and let's stay down for the come up. So we got something from Altcoin Daily, and it says Tom Lee doubles down on 15K Ethereum prediction. The price still needs to adjust higher. And hey, man, Tom Lee, you better be right, man. No, I'm just kidding. But let's hear what he has to say. And I'm going to speed it up too, y'all. So here we go.
And I think I mentioned that if we use multiple similar to 15,000-ish for ETH, to me, Ethereum
I was about to say, man,
is being rejuvenated, right? Because we know the community has been galvanized, and we know that there's just an army of interest coming because of the tokenization Wall Street wants to do, and they are choosing to do it on Ethereum. So I think when you think about the future value of activity, it needs to start getting discounted on Ethereum.
So just know, all the big governments and institutions right now are looking at Ethereum because it's the second biggest crypto, and everybody knows you can create smart contracts on Ethereum, which is a big innovation. But when people start doing more research and realizing, well, where does Ethereum actually source from? Oh, they're using Amazon. Oh, they're using Google. Oh, there's another blockchain that uses the actual blockchain. They have canisters. They made their own language. I'm pretty sure people will have enough common sense to realize what's better. But like they said, hey, it takes time for people to understand.
And I think that's why the price still needs to adjust higher. And I think I mentioned that if we use multiple similar to Circle, you get to 15,000-ish for ETH, and that would just be a today value. So I think ETH is still undervalued. But we also know, I mean, just from a trading perspective, look, there's a lot of people who think ETH has become sclerotic, like it's a stale layer one. There's more things happening on Solana or Sui, but the reality is that ETH is a legally recognized blockchain operating within the US, and it's never had any downtime. I thought it was so interesting.
If ETH is going to go to 15K, that means it has to like at least 5 to 10x. I'm not saying it isn't possible with all the institutional adoption, but what's more likely? Ethereum going 10x, and yeah, it does have a lot of people and a lot of spotlight on it, or ICP, the true technology, going 10x. We got to see, y'all.
Saying that Vitalik on the 10th birthday of Ethereum notes zero downtime. That matters to Wall Street. I actually think that's almost a little bit of a hat tip to Wall Street because banks care about zero downtime. But again, as you know, there's people who have a pair. They like something else and they're short ETH. So I think 4,000 is a line in the sand. But to me, it's just a matter of time.
Anyone who understands investing in technology, they know that ICP is where you need to be invested into. And like I said, this is not financial advice. But if you understand technology and you understand investing, you understand market cap, it's a no-brainer. But it's funny how the world works. You can be an investor for years and you'll still doubt an investment knowing that it's too good to be true. And then you'll probably end up losing your position. But don't be that person, y'all, because I won't be. So now we got something from Eric Canister, and it says, for entertaining purpose, Erica is always an ICP permabull. Erica's had enough. ICP sliding under rank 40. Not on my watch. Stop panic selling. Start building. Price doesn't decide our fate. We do. And that's true, you guys. It does. Hey, that's some creepy. I don't know. That was creepy.
ICP is tanking below 40 rank. If we don't turn it around, this project will be nothing more than a footnote. We need to stop selling and get our priorities straight. We can't let price dictate our fate.
We can't let price dictate our fate. Oh, man, bro. Hey, if you sat over the ICP price right now and they going down, man, it's all right, you guys. We're going to live to see another day, y'all. So now we got something from Ray Dalio. My principles around investment risk are the same during periods of turbulence, like we are seeing now with the tariffs, and periods of calm. The most important thing is to pick the size of your exposure. For me, it all comes back to finding 15 good, uncorrelated return streams. So let's hear what Ray Dalio has to say.
Is China uninvestable until this tariff war or these tariff tensions are fixed?
I think for many countries, there are very big risks.
And Ray Dalio, he's an OG for reals with this investing and finance stuff.
Important thing is to pick your size of your exposure. In other words, my mantra is 15 good uncorrelated return streams. I think you have to have diversification, and that China as a small piece should be part of that diversification. All things considered, if it's not a geopolitical and you're not instructed to do otherwise, by and large, I think that some element of diversification should be used, particularly given the existing pricing of assets.
And that's why for me, y'all, I'm diversified, but not over diversified. For me, I'm cool with up to like 4 to 5 cryptos. Got my ICP, Bitcoin, ICP, Bitcoin, XRP, Sandbox, and Algorand. That's the 5 right there. You get me? Gotta have a starting 5. But I don't do too much more outside of that, y'all. Oh yeah, I have a little bit of Monero too, but I even just keep it simple. Like, I'm not finna put a bunch of money into Monero when I think the other coins that I have more upside. So now we got something from Unusual Whales. Just in, Federal Reserve Governor Adriana Kugler is resigning from the Federal Reserve. Trump says was due to disagreement with Powell, and he will fill up the open spot. Oh, was Adriana Kugler a good or a bad girl? That's the real question. So now we got something from Plan B. Bitcoin closed July at $115,750. Another monthly close, ATH. Okay, so I guess a lot of people are still saying that Bitcoin's closing at a good monthly close. So we shouldn't be too worried about Bitcoin. And yeah, out of anything, I wouldn't be too worried about Bitcoin. So now we got something from Vivek Sen, and it says Hong Kong official just said live on CNBC that they will open up for Bitcoin and crypto. China is coming. Hey, let's see, man.
Well, Hong Kong is the major international financial center in the East Asia's, time zone, and having the stablecoin act or bill is a very strategic move.
If I'm correct, is it China that has like their own Chinese Bitcoin? Jasmine? Let me see real quick. Jasmine. Look. This. Oh, it's Japan's Bitcoin, not Hong Kong. But y'all see that this is Japan's Bitcoin. Like I said, this is a little decent investment right here. Japan's Bitcoin, whatever, whatever. But me, like I said, I'm just gonna stick with ICP and the other ones I told y'all. But let's get back on track, you guys.
To make sure that Hong Kong will play a great role in the as a digital, asset hub. I think we all know tokenization and digital assets is coming very rapidly.
Digital assets are coming rapidly, and that means that we're gonna need something that can allow all of these different assets to come together. Interoperability. Can we all interact with each other, or will we all stay enemies forever?
Into the mainstream. And so being a first mover in giving regulatory and legal framework to all this is very important for Hong Kong as the major international financial center in the region.
You heard him. He said this is very important for Hong Kong. So don't play with him, man. And that's real stuff, though, y'all. People are getting more tapped in with crypto, so I wouldn't sleep on it. So now we got something from Bitcoin Archive. Just in, SEC chair encourages everyone to self-custody their Bitcoin and crypto. So everybody should have their Bitcoin on chain, man.
The right to have self-custody of one's private property is a core American value. I believe deeply in the right to use a self-custodial digital wallet to maintain personal crypto assets and participate in on-chain activities like staking.
Just know, you guys, every day, all the people that are laggards, they're finding out more and more about the crypto and blockchain technology. And when people start understanding blockchain technology, that's when people will start coming into the ICP ecosystem. And you don't want to be the person that left the party before the party even started, y'all. So that's all I got to say. And now we got something from Unusual Wells. Just in, Trump says job numbers, which showed biggest drop since COVID, were faked by Biden appointee Erica McIntyre. And he has ordered her, the Commissioner of Labor Statistics, to be fired immediately. And I kind of get what he's talking about, because I mean, at least where I'm at, I haven't seen too many people lose their jobs, but I mean, it's been a lot of other stuff happening too, though. So yeah, we just got to see what's going on with that. Now we got something from Peter Schiff, and it says, as long as Trump is firing government statisticians, he should fire whoever is in charge of the CPI and GDP data. They've been underestimating inflation and overestimating growth for years. All right? Hey, we just going to leave that there. He said it just how it was supposed to be said. So now we got something from Wrecked Fencer. Only fools aren't buying this dip. The mega bull run starts in September, and the market is giving you a gift. A final discount before the bounce. You taking it? I'm telling you guys, take advantage of that. Look, take advantage, bro. Historically, this has happened in 2017, 2021, and 2025. So take advantage, y'all. Like I told y'all, in August, you feel me? This is the time to sniper in. So just know I'm about to sniper in, y'all. So on to the next post. And it's from my boy Benny Crypto. And it says, new month. Let's bring it out. Let's show the world ICP. Yes, we have the potential. Yes, we are building big. Yes, we're pushing the future of Web3. Right now, the ICP space feels slow. ICP space feels slow. It's not looking nice, but silence won't fix that. We need to push this out. Put it everywhere. Be on everyone's lips. Be in every voice. That's how we spark awareness. That's how we bring more people into this chain. Let's move. Let's shake things. Let's make ICP loud. Let's bring it out. Let's bring it out. Let's show the world. Let's shine. Okay. And y'all, this is what I'm saying, y'all. Let's just keep raising awareness. And either way, I feel like ICP is going to go up no matter what, but let's just keep raising awareness. So now we got something from ICP Hub Bulgaria, and it says the results are in. After a month of building, pitching, and refining ideas, The winner of the WCHL qualification rounds have been chosen. The teams showed promise, and most importantly, they delivered. Check them out. So we got, okay, let me just go quickly over these. Merodocs. Built on Calimero network, Merodocs is a decentralized e-signature platform where users collaborate inside context, private self-governing spaces for uploading, viewing, and signing documents. Check them out. And this is the Metrodoc demo.
Merodocs to detect.
And as you can see,
We can see
I'm not going to go too much over that right now because, look, y'all, I'm about to go to the fair, y'all. Hey, I'm not in fair. I'm going to the fair. No, I'm just messing with y'all, but that's Metrodocs. Now we got Context Protocol. And it says they're building an internet where AI native servers are anchored. Where AI servers are anchored in decentralized communities. It's part name service, part social graph, part infrastructure layer. Verified servers, discoverable tools. Let's see, man. Merodocs or Context Protocol. So this is a little bit, and it doesn't look like it got too much just yet, but it's okay because we still building. And now we got Recheck.io. Using IOB and ICP, they're creating a system where buildings and materials are given unique on-chain identities. From rooms to raw materials, everything can be tracked, verified, and connected. And we be needing this at the little jobs, little warehouse jobs and all that. They be needing those. So this is a little bit more about it, y'all. So to go check these out. Boom, and the last one. Okay, it's just a congratulations to Merodocs, Context Protocol, and Recheck. 3 promising ideas, the edges of what's possible. The national round starts now. August is where ideas become products. Let's build, scale, and set a new standard for Web3. See you in the next stage. And I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty sure, y'all, we can create some cold apps too. Like, trust me, when this comes out and I got it, I'm going to create one of the coldest apps. That's all I got to say. I'm going to create one of the coldest apps. And hopefully we all do. And hopefully we all get to sell it and make some money too. So now we got something from Cryptos R Us. And it says, watch, the Fed has become so independent, it thumbs its nose at the American people. Senator Loomis just torched the Fed on the Senate floor, tying choke point 2.0, crypto debanking, and lack of oversight to a rigged system that protects itself. Banks didn't fail. The Fed pushed them into failure. Oh, we gonna see, man. This is gonna be interesting. Let me speed this up too. So here we go.
I want to echo the remarks that were just made by my colleague from Ohio and add a couple things. Not only do we as a Senate have the opportunity to prevent a nominee from being confirmed into office by our own vote and our own scrutiny and our own vetting of nominees.
And a lot of this stuff happening is years of corruption coming down to crumble down now.
But we have the opportunity in this case to turn an agency that was created for independence that has now become independently disassociated with the very people it's designed to help govern and help rein them in with a Senate-confirmed Inspector General. Now, we have proposed other ideas that have not been accepted yet, but that should be considered if my colleagues on the other side of the aisle won't accept this one. One of the reasons I like the senator from Florida's idea here is because it is such.
I wonder, is Loomis a Democrat or a Republican? I mean, I don't care, but, Senator Loomis party. And look, I'm gonna actually keep listening to what she says while we look at that.
A strategic, narrow way to try to get some independent eyes at the Fed.
She's a Republican. That means she's a bit more conservative. Okay, we got a Republican speaking. Nothing wrong with that.
Other ways that I had considered, and that we could still consider if this idea is unacceptable, is to make the Fed subject to FOIA. We could confirm all 12 of the regional presidents of the Federal Reserve banks, so we have a say in who they are, and any number of other provisions that give the people of this country some oversight over that.
I agree with what she's saying, though. I definitely agree. It's a lot of stuff that's been going on behind closed doors that we are not getting the full information to, and it's been affecting our economy for years.
Entity, the Federal Reserve, that has become so independent that it thumbs its nose at working for and with the American people. Look what happened in the way banks were supervised in the last 4 years. Choke point 2.0 brought about a government-caused failure of 2 banks. Those banks were not insolvent. The Federal Reserve and the FDIC pushed them into insolvency because they didn't like their customers. That was it. They didn't like it.
Right? We over here paying all these tax dollars, and the Federal Reserve, they're just behind closed doors, basically looking at everyone and everything that's going on and saying F everybody.
That banks were providing banking services to digital asset companies, to Melania Trump, to the children of the now president. They targeted those people. They debanked those people. Government did that by threatening the financial institutions that had them as customers, saying that the safety and soundness of the institution was going to be subject to scrutiny if they continued to bank digital assets, businesses, the Trump family, and others. That was government targeting Americans. That was our government turned against our people for no good reason.
Facts. She's saying some true stuff right here. The government do be turning against people for no reason, and then it comes to make you question who's in the government's ears, because isn't the government regular people just like us, or are they benefiting while we're over here getting all the back end and we're getting hurt?
And there's no way to get scrutiny of the Fed because they don't have an independent IG. They're not subject to the Freedom of Information Act. We don't have sufficient oversight of them. We've got to get oversight over the Fed. And I want to applaud.
She's saying we got to start breathing on the feds. And it's true, we do got to start breathing on them.
My colleague from Florida for taking the initial step that every other agency is subject to, an independent inspector general. So I urge my colleagues on the other side of the aisle who are objecting to this measured common sense matter, for heaven's sakes, come up with a solution.
And if we being real, this is why a lot of CEOs and these big people in power, people have been targeting them, because people are starting to realize and wake up to, well, why am I over here beating up people in my community, shooting people in my community, when there's a CEO that is messing up the real estate, messing up medical, and you feel me? I'm not saying that's the right thing to do. I don't think that's the right thing to do, but you can kind of see that some people are starting to wake up and they're starting to revolt.
Because the Fed is an unaccountable, run-amok place that is not responsive to the American people. Madam President, I yield back.
She said that unaccountable, run amok, and she's not lying though, y'all. So now we got something from Pomelo, and Pomelo said ICP is going to $2 again. And it seems like Pomelo is pretty happy ICP is going to $2. And then someone put, can't you, who put this? It said ICP Insider. Can't you see that the entire market is dumping? Dang. I don't know. What's up, Pomelo? You against ICP right now? Is ICP becoming your op, man? But yeah, next post, y'all. I'm dead. We got something from Documented Sailor, and it says, Michael Saylor explains how Bitcoin is the only form of clean money we have. 0.1% of the economy has clean money, and 99.9% of the economy runs on dirty, toxic assets. Let's see what he's talking about, man. And like I said, Michael Saylor, he's the guy that talks about decentralization, but I don't think he truly knows what it is.
We're at this inflection point moving from
But I'll say this though, he do got a lot of Bitcoin.
economics as art, colored by superstition and religion and ideology. And we're crossing this boundary where economics becomes science and it's informed by mathematics and engineering, right? And the scientific method. But, you have to date that, in my opinion.
And I like how you said that, like economics is becoming more dictated by like science, engineering, and math. And that's what ICP is positioning itself for. Everything that they're doing is mathematically created within the blockchain.
To January 3rd, 2009, when Satoshi unleashes Bitcoin and there's a singularity, and all of a sudden there's actually engineering, physics, and mathematical principles that are starting to spread in a viral fashion through the economy. And it was like a nothing, and then it's $1 million fire.
And soon that will be ICP, you guys. When Caffeineai, when everything starts coming to the light, it will be ICP.
And then $1 billion network, and then a 10 billion, then 100 billion. Now it's a $1 trillion network, but still $1 trillion.
Bro just sitting here just nodding his head, just yes, man.
Dollars is 0.1% of the economy. So 0.1%.
I don't know if it's just because I got it fast forwarded, he looking like that. Let me listen to this in regular. The way bro nodding his head, man.
The economy has clean money, and 99.9% of the economy runs on dirty, toxic
bro, keep your head still.
Assets that are defective, that are operated by people that don't know they're trading defective assets. Because how would you know if you'd never seen clean? How do you know that you're dirty?
If you never seen clean, how do you know you're dirty? That's a good one. So now we got something from the Kobeezy letter, and it says, there are two scenarios after today's data. 1, the U.S. labor market is entering a recession. 2, something is seriously wrong with the data. The unemployment rate is rising, and 258,000 jobs have seemingly disappeared from the data in 2 months. That's more than the entire population of Scottsdale, Arizona, in a single data revision. This comes just 24 hours after the Fed said we have a strong labor market. Something doesn't add up. And like I said, Trump did just say that the person in charge of the Labor Statistic Bureau, the lady, she was a part of the Biden Foundation. Yeah, so it might, like I said, it doesn't add up. So Trump might be right. They might be trying to sabotage Trump. We got to see about that, y'all. Are they trying to sabotage Trump? Is he actually doing a good job and they trying to sabotage him? So we got something from AM Speed. Bitcoin prediction market built on the internet computer. Private/public bets. Will AM Speed single-handedly bring mass adoption to ICP? Did AM Speed create this? Kairos. We're excited to announce that Kairos is now live. The first Bitcoin-denominated prediction market. Our vision for the future is to become the L2 of prediction markets. Don't FOMO yet. Here's what you need to know. So this is more information about the prediction market. Let's look at
landing page, or you can find markets within the landing page, or you can go and click on markets card. That's it.
So y'all see that. Let's see what this is talking about.
On Blitz, you can predict prices instantly on Blitz. You have your various time frames you can choose from. I think Bitcoin's going to go down in the next 5 minutes, so I'm going to place a short bet. And that's it. I've made my prediction. We have a whole range of options. We've got Odin Dog, we've got ICP, and a whole lot you can check from search tokens. And if you want more, just let us know. This is completely a PvP scenario, meaning if up wins, all the funds from the...
And y'all see this, right?
You can make a market.
This looks really cool, y'all.
You can earn 1.5% of the total volume. I want to know if Solana will cross 200 USD by August 15th. So I'm going to fill in all my details. Fun fact.
Y'all see this, right? This is the future right here, and this is all created on the internet computer.
You can make this market private or public, and you can add your friends as co-creators and split the profits.
Y'all see that?
You can choose an image of your choice. I'm just going to go with something we provide for the users. And since this is my first market, it only costs me $1. And that's it. I have created a market for my house. I can share this market with other people. Let's create a market on that.
So we do have
People who bet on
activity
down, go
on
to
the
up,
internet
and
computer. So yeah, some more videos. So if y'all want to,
vice versa.
go check out Kairos, the first Bitcoin denominated prediction market, and I'm gonna follow them because I might actually come back and play around with that. Don't worry, you guys. In the future, we about to get way more into the ecosystem. Just know right now we loading right now, but soon the future. So now I got something from Kyron, no BS crypto. And let's see what he's talking about. He says Ondo tokenizing hundreds of TradeFi equities. ICP, Caffeineai introducing true Web3 based AI. HBAR being used by banks around the world. INJ continuing to add both RWA and AI partners. Render set to present at NVIDIA Rendering Day. Bull signals everywhere. Are you entertained? Are you entertained, you guys? And look, this is a few of no BS cryptos options. So, you know, y'all should look into those. But y'all know me, I'm going to be stacking my ICP. So now I got something from Sahil Bloom, and it says underrated life advice. It's perfectly reasonable to say I don't have enough information to have an opinion on that. I like that. And then let's see what this other person put. It says, likewise, I don't care enough to have an opinion, or just doesn't interest me to have an opinion. That's real stuff. All right, now we got something from Party Hats, and this is such a cool photo. It says, no one is stopping this train. Yeah, no one is. So whether you take your money out or you invest more, no matter what, Definity and ICP are going to keep going with or without us. And I'm going to keep going with or without them too. So just know we all on the same train. So let's not get mad and let's not jump out the train, because that could be tragic. So now we got something from Coin Bureau. It says Trump-backed stock trading ban for Congress. Please, thank you. And it says the White House confirms President Trump's support banning lawmakers from trading stocks. Pelosi makes $174K a year, yet her net worth is around $413 million. That's why this is even a thing. Like he said, like she's technically the best trader on the planet if she's making $174K a year and she has $413 million. That's the best trader on the planet, but that's because she has inside information. She's not using charts and fundamentals like us. So let's hear what this lady has to say, and I'm gonna speed this up too. Here we go.
As the president said in the Roosevelt Room yesterday, conceptually, he of course supports the idea of ensuring that members of Congress and United States senators who are here for public service cannot enrich themselves. And the reason that this...
Even if you don't like Trump, you got to agree with him. People in Congress and people in any political position, they should not be able to invest into like regular single companies and stocks. They should be able to invest into ETFs because that's different. But stocks, that's crazy.
Idea to put a ban on stock trading for members of Congress is even a thing is because of Nancy Pelosi. I mean, she is
and for cryptos too. They better make some more crypto ETFs, man, and add ICP to the crypto ETFs too.
Is rightfully criticized because she makes, I think, $174,000 a year, yet she has a net worth of approximately $413 million. In 2024, Nancy Pelosi's stock portfolio, this was a fascinating statistic to me, grew 70% in 1 year in 2024, and her portfolio outperformed every single large hedge fund in that same year.
You see, she outperformed every large hedge fund. Let's see something. Nancy Pelosi's political party. I ain't gonna lie, I don't know what party she's a part. Oh, she's a part of the Democrats. Oh yeah, you know the Democrats and the Republicans have beef. They're like the Crips and the Bloods or something like that. Or maybe it's the other way around, but let me keep this going.
Even more than doubled the returns of Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway. So I think the president stands with the American people on this. He doesn't want to see people like Nancy Pelosi enriching themselves off of public service and ripping off their constituents in the process. As for the mechanics of the legislation and how it will move forward, the White House continues to be in discussions with our friends on Capitol Hill. Emily.
Shh, y'all heard that. So now we got something from ICP Squad. Incredible to see so many talented builders harnessing Caffeineai on ICP. Even in its early development, Caffeineai is enabling innovative on-chain AI applications, demonstrating our collective power for decentralized AI. Simply lovely. You guys see that? This is a cool photo too. So now I got something from Bitcoin Archive breaking nearly 1 billion in Bitcoin and crypto liquidations today due to Trump's tariffs and weak job data. Y'all heard that? And we got something from Wrecked Fencer. This is a good one right here. It says, I will sell everything by October 2025. Experts calling for a 3+ month alt season from September. But it's the same story every time. The reality is 90% of these coins are going to zero by end of the year. Don't say you weren't warned. Y'all see that? So this is history right here, you guys. So this is around euphoria. He's saying it's around the time of October, and then after that, we start seeing a bunch of people going down, complacency, anxiety, denial, panic, capitulation, anger, depression, disbelief. So just make sure, you guys, if your goal is to pull out this market and pull out and get some profits, you definitely want to be pulling out at the right time. So a lot of people are saying October 2025. And the X bull markets, if you haven't been a part of them, it all happens almost the same. So just remember that. And we got the last post of the day. Let's go. And it says, officially part of the Cloud Millionaires Club. When the world finally discovers ICP, the message will be clear. ICP equals the crypto cloud. And when ICP wins, cloud will win. And look at him. My boy traded 566 ICP for 1.03 million cloud. Hey, I respect that, bro. And all I got to say is, if you're not invested into ICP, I don't know what you're doing. But thank you, and y'all bless.